About 4 years ago, I was dying, and I ran into a couple of raw fooders, and they told me about raw organic veganism and sprouting and eating sprouts and juicing and things like that. And from the time I read Dr. Gabriel Cousens' book, There Is a Cure for Diabetes, I was off of all of my diabetic meds in 4 days. I weighed 430 pounds, and in a year and 3 months to a year and 6 months, I was down to 200. I was down to 200. I lost 230 pounds. I had diabetes, and that was gone. I was on 25 prescription medications. In 6 months, I was off of 24 of them. When my kidneys were leaking proteins into my blood system, and I was told by one doctor that I would end up on a kidney dialysis machine and that it was irreversible and that there was no turning back. And my kidneys, after 11 months, were no longer leaking proteins. And I've had blood tests on a regular basis, and they still aren't leaking protein after being involved in this for, well, minus 11 months, so a little, almost 3 years. Uh, there's still no leaking of proteins into my blood system. I had colon cancer that was gone in 6 months. I mean, it was just stage one, but still, I used no chemotherapy or radiation. So I had, I mean, I'm alive today because of all of this, and I just I just am about getting the word out about this because I'm not an isolated incident. I'm not a something that just is. This is kind of what's normal that's happening within the raw food movement. To see these kinds of what we would call amazing healings through food. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm not telling people to not go see their doctors. Everybody. I mean, I was seeing my doctor. Let me tell you. But the reality is that by flooding our bodies with massive amounts of nutrition, by eating a 90% to 99% raw food diet rather than a dead food diet, um, everything's twisted around today. Really, people put values on their house and their cars, and they strive to do this and they strive to do that. The value should be placed on our health so that we can live long and prosper, and we will have the houses and we will have the cars by doing that. But it's hard to explain that to people until you're in a situation where you're about to die, and then suddenly, thank God, a couple came into my truck named Dave and Yuta Whiting, and I taught them how to drive a big rig. And by the way, I was a truck driver for 11 years, and I did all this while I was trucking. I've been on numerous juice feasts. So.